Welcome to take 6-ish of me trying to talk about what it's like to get 500,000 views on a Gordon Ramsay meme. I'm almost done with my rum and coke at this point because my camera is such garbage that I can't get it to take a video without skipping constantly. So I'm going to give up. So if the audio and the video don't match, then just close the app. I hope you have the ability to listen to videos in the background because the camera is, like I said, it's garbage, so the video is just going to distract from the audio. The point is, getting 500,000 views out of the middle of nowhere has not been anything like I expected it to be. It doesn't mean that suddenly a lot of people are paying attention to your channel. It just means that that one video is getting a lot of attention. Although my other videos have been getting more attention, piggybacking on the Gordon Ramsay meme. So that's kind of cool. But the thing is, I never really had any interest in going viral like that. You may think that the title was clickbait, and you may think that I was being intentionally misleading, but that's not the case. The case really is that you just don't have the context to understand the joke. If you're a big fan of Gordon Ramsay, like I am, then you know that he's not mean to servers. He's not mean to servers. He's mean to chefs and owners, people who are actually dragging the business down. But waiters are not the problem. So he doesn't get mad and he doesn't yell at them. Generally. So that's the context of the joke. It's like there are interests that some people have that I don't have. Like, for example, the YouTube makeup community. I have no interest in the makeup community, but so what that means is if I saw a meme on my recommended page about somebody in the makeup community, like I don't know, I don't even know any of the names. Jeffree Star? Is Jeffree Star still a thing? If I saw a meme about Jeffree Star, I would be like, I don't have any of the context, I don't get the joke, I don't know who that person is. All I know is that they make makeup tutorials. Or James Charles. Yeah, okay, I know two people in the makeup community, Jeffree Star and James Charles. So, but the point is, if you were, like I said in the pinned comments on that video, if you were bamboozled, sorry. If you didn't get the joke, sorry. It's not you, it's just that, it's not like there's something wrong with you for not getting the joke. It just means that you don't know the context. And that's okay. But please retract your dislike, because I don't like getting dislikes. I care very much about the opinions of strangers on the web. That's obviously a joke. And I'll prove it's a joke, because if you go through my channel, I did a video in my car early this year, actually. Well, it was about the Super Bowl, so yeah, I guess it was early this year. I did a video in my car where I said that Tom Brady is the worst football player ever. And, the video is full of nonsense. I didn't make a single good point in the video, and that was the point of the video, is to be a joke. But a lot of people took me seriously, and that video got a ton of dislikes, and no likes. It got a few likes because some people actually get the joke, but yeah, a lot of people thought I was serious, but I don't care. because I don't take stuff seriously on the web. And I think that everybody should take stuff less seriously on the web. When you are on the web, if you're unhappy, if it's making you unhappy, then you should leave. You should get off, go outside, touch some grass, or I don't know, stay inside. I don't know, find some other way to entertain yourself. Even just go to your home page and pull up some silly mobile game like I don't know, some clicker game, something stupid that'll rot your brain and just give you a little dopamine rush for a few minutes. But don't go on Twitter and complain about something and unironically share your opinions with the world. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your opinions. Here's the thing. I left Twitter for almost a year. I left Twitter for almost a year, and then I realized, hey, this feels pretty good. Because I'm not constantly reading other people's opinions. I'm not constantly getting pissed off about stuff that doesn't matter. I can pay attention to my own world, you know, the people that I personally care about, you know. I have my friends on the internet, and I care about them. I have friends in real life, and I care about them, and I have my family, and I care about them, and I have my job, I care about that, and my car, and my dreams of someday moving out of my grandparents' basement. And I was able to work on stuff that I actually care about in my own life. And then I came back to Twitter because my girlfriend insisted. And I have, you know, been staying off it, but I still go on there every now and then. But it's like, once you break out of that cycle of constantly paying attention and taking stuff seriously on the web, and you actually start paying attention to the real world, like um, stuff that you can see with your own eyes, you know, without looking into your phone, which is actually a portal into an alternate dimension that you just can't enter physically. That's a that's a serious thing, by the way. Your phone is a portal that you. It's a window into an alternate dimension where you can talk to people across the world in the physical realm. Um, so just think about that for a little bit. When you are looking at things with your own eyes, touching things with your own hands, and experiencing the world, you get a lot more done. And that's why I don't like taking stuff seriously on the web. It's a place that I go to escape the real world, so why would I want to be miserable when I go surf the web? It doesn't make any sense. If I am escaping reality, then I want something that makes me feel good. And that's why I use my phone primarily for playing games and watching, you know, silly YouTube videos and memes and watching shows that I like Fairly Odd Parents. That's something that I need to talk about. Fairly Odd Parents. Boy, is that an interesting show once you grow up. Here's my theory about Fairly Odd Parents. None of it is real, okay? And hear me out, because if you watch the show, now, it's altogether possible, because when I watch the show, it's so obvious to me that none of it is real, that I think it might have actually been intentional on the part of the people who made the show. Like, it could be a very well-known thing that I just haven't heard of until I figured it out for myself. And so if that's the case, you know, don't troll me too hard for not knowing. But I think that none of it is real, because if you watch it, everything happens the way the show works like a child's imagination works. I mean, Timmy is unrealistically evil. Like, I mean, not Timmy, Vicky. Vicky is unrealistically evil. She is she is straight up sadistic and psychopathic. Like like if she were a real person, if she were that evil and she were a real person, she would definitely be behind bars because she would have done something really horrible, like an actual heinous crime. But in the show, she just exploits Mr. and Mrs. Turner for money as a babysitter. And so it's sort of like, maybe if you took off the lens of looking at everything through Timmy's eyes, then you would see that Vicky is really just, maybe a mildly annoying babysitter who gets on the kid's nerves, and in his imagination, he makes her out to be this horrible, cruel villain. And the other thing that really struck me that led me to this conclusion is the scale. Okay, the scale in the Fairly Odd Parents universe, Dimsdale, is so weird and messed up because Timmy, okay, is like 10 years old. But he comes up to like the knees or like the waist, maybe, of like adults. 10-year-olds are not that short. 10-year-olds are more like, I don't know, but then the other thing is when he goes to school, everybody that he perceives as being in the, they're the popular kids. They're higher up in the social hierarchy, like Trixie Tang and the other popular kids. They're all like way taller than him, so he's always like looking up, and that sort of is like how an insecure 10-year-old in their imagination, they feel like they are really that small to everybody else, even though physically they may not be. And so, just the fact that the whole world goes back to normal at the end of every episode, obviously that's sort of very imaginative. It's like all of these, you can come up with so many plot holes, so many little criticisms of every little thing, there's so many silly jokes, and everything gets flanderized over time. But all of that, none of that matters when you consider that everything in this world is Timmy's imagination. And so when I watch the show now, after realizing that, it's a very different experience because I'm not looking at the show thinking like, oh man, how are they going to get out of this one? It's like, man, this is a really interesting imagination that this kid has, that because it's the way that my imagination worked when I was about that age, I would make up these stories and I would, just in my mind, it's like, well, then this problem would lead to this. And then how would I get out of that? And it's some convoluted nonsense that anybody could pick apart, with a discerning eye. But in my mind, it works because that's my imagination. And so everything goes according to how I want it to go. And so that's why you get all those inconsistencies in Fairly Odd Parents where, like, I don't know. I've talked about Fairly Odd Parents for like the past 4 minutes, so. But it's a fascinating show, and I really like it. And what am I going to do with my channel? Real smooth transition there. What am I going to do with my channel now? After I've got 500,000 views on a 9-second meme. If you go to my channel and go over to the About page, I have a channel description and it says, please don't ever let me take this channel seriously. And like I said, it's because I don't take stuff on the web seriously. But it's also because I never want my YouTube channel to be anything more than a hobby. I do not plan to make a regular upload schedule. Holy crap, that spider is like... You guys don't even know about the spider because I talked about that in the last take. Jesus, this thing is huge. Look at this spider. Oh god, I have a phobia of bugs, and that thing is... I can't zoom in on it because it's a front-facing camera. But yeah, look at that thing. It is a beast. Yeah, it doesn't look like a dangerous spider. It's not like a brown recluse or anything, but it's a little close for comfort, considering that I have a phobia. Like if I wasn't on camera right now, I would be freaking out pretty hard. Also, it's probably the wrong... It's stealing my nerves. But yeah, I need to get away from this thing. But yeah, I do have some ideas for what I want to do with this channel. Like I've been wanting to try my hand at sketch comedy, you know, stuff like that. And I just don't want this to become like where I'm pursuing the, you know, the high likes, the high views, the high subscriber count. And I don't want to be caught up in that game, because to me, all you're doing there is you're constantly chasing the approval of strangers on the web. And there's no reason why would I want to do that. Because I'm happy with my job. Happy enough, I guess. There are some things I don't like about it. But, you know, I'm a dishwasher in a restaurant, and I'm pretty good at it. And I'm working my way up to being a cook. So, you know, but YouTube fame doesn't interest me. I have no interest in that. I find there are a lot of things that I just have no interest in. That, you know, I used to, or that other people do have interest in. Here's an interesting thing. Why do girls at work ask me why I never talk to them? Can any of the girls in the comment section just leave a comment down below if you have ever asked a guy why he doesn't talk to you? Because that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I'm at work, and I'm in the dish pit, or I'm on the line, and you're a server, so our paths don't really collide out that much. Actually, no, servers I do talk to, because they are always bringing dishes when I'm washing dishes. But that's my point. The point is, I don't really understand the whole... Let me get this set up right. I don't have much of a setup. I am literally sitting on a broken chair in the middle of a cluttered basement at my grandparents' house next to a huge spider with my phone leaning up against a shoe. Maybe that's the real reason that I don't want to be a YouTuber, like having a regular upload schedule and pursuing the algorithm. Maybe it's just because I can't afford a good setup. So maybe my mind will change in the future and I'll want to be a content creator and do this whole career YouTube thing. But I don't think so. I would really like to just own my own restaurant. And I would really like for this spider to go away because it's just been sitting there doing literally nothing. Hasn't moved even slightly. Go get it. God. I need this spider to go away. And it's been about 20 minutes that I've been talking on my phone now. So, y'all go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the bell if you want to be notified, because I am planning on doing a 100 subscriber special. Don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something. And yeah, just subscribe and hit the bell and hit the like button and do whatever things. And y'all have a good day.